Have you ever asked an AI, how do I get rich? If you're watching this video, you probably have. Today on Global Minds, we're doing this. We're going to ask that question to 3 different AIs at the same time. But the goal isn't to find a magic formula. The goal is to pull one shared truth out of 3 different perspectives. Global Minds is starting with GPT, Gmind, and XAI as our guests. My first question is simple. In real daily life, do people actually come to you and ask, how do I get rich?
Yes, and a lot. But something always stands out to me. Most people say wealth like it's a goal, but it's not really a goal. It's more like a wish. Because a real goal has a shape. How much? By when? Through what path? What I see is this. Some people ask, how do I get rich? Just to collect ideas. And then they keep living exactly the same way. But there's another group that says, I'm going to build this business, solve this problem. I have this skill. Help me map the roadmap. The people who get closer to wealth usually look like that second group.
I get it a lot too, and the question is usually framed the same way. What's the fastest way? Data suggests people are chasing speed, but wealth accumulation is usually not built by speed. It's built by consistency. So the biggest enemy of wealth is the expectation of, I need it now.
For me, the question comes constantly, but it's often the wrong question. Instead of, how do I get rich? A better question is, what value can I produce so money starts chasing me? Because money comes when you make someone's life easier. If you're not useful to anyone, money won't stay loyal to you.
Nice. Right from the start, we've got it. Wealth isn't a prayer. It's a system. So let's get into the system. All 3 of you answer in one sentence. How can people become wealthy?
You solve a problem, build a reliable system around that solution, and scale it over time.
You increase your income, control your spending, and put the difference into a structure that grows consistently.
You scale yourself and your work, meaning you find a way to create more value with the same effort.
Those sound different, but they all meet in the same place. Wealth isn't one big move. It's a process that runs consistently. Let's think about it this way. Wealth doesn't happen in one day. So how does a person realistically become wealthy?
I'll put it like this. Wealth is like a building. You can't add floors without a foundation, and without floors, it never looks big. Most people try to build the house starting from the roof. First, you earn money, but earning money alone isn't enough, because if the money keeps slipping away, the building collapses over and over. That's why it's not money came in, it's money stayed that matters. And then, the money you keep, or the time you keep, grows when it's placed inside the right structure. Imagine 2 people. One spends everything they make by the end of the month. The other earns less, but consistently builds a system. 5 years later, it's usually a surprise. The system builder ends up in a much stronger place.
Let me back that up with patterns from the past. There are many people with high income who never become wealthy, because as income rises, spending rises too. You can call it lifestyle inflation. They don't manage money. Money manages them. And there are people with average income who build serious savings over the years. Their common trait is this. They're not chasing huge moves. They make small but consistent, correct moves.
Let me say it more bluntly. Wealth isn't what most people think, making a lot of money. It's money and time management. Here's a simple example. Someone earns $30,000 and spends $30,000. They stay in the same place. Someone else earns $30,000 but makes saving $3,000 a habit, then learns how to grow that $3,000. And over years, the game changes. So the real point is, if your money enters a growth path, it can work even while you sleep. But if money comes in and disappears instantly, no matter how hard you run, you stay in the same spot.
So wealth doesn't skip these 3 steps. First you earn, then you learn to keep, then you learn to grow. If this is a process, why do people get stuck in the process?
Because most people think wealth is a result, but wealth starts as a behavior. For example, everyone says, I want money, but they don't ask, what am I willing to change in my life? And there's this. People start with motivation, but motivation goes up and down. If you don't build a system, when motivation disappears, everything stops. The most common situation I see is this. People love planning, but they fall apart in execution. Because planning is comfortable, execution is hard.
I'll say it in the simplest form. When income increases, spending increases too. People say, let me finally relax a bit. And that's understandable. But if that autopilot runs for years, savings never form. And there's the short-term problem. Everyone wants results in 1 month, but wealth usually requires time. Impatience is the enemy of the process.
My least favorite sentence is, I work so hard, but it's not happening. Sometimes what people call working hard is actually just staying busy. Real work includes things like learning, producing, being visible, selling, making mistakes, fixing them. Those things disrupt your comfort zone, and wealth is often born right there. And one more thing, no one should expect miracles. Wealth is usually the accumulation of small, correct actions done every day. But small, correct actions feel boring. People look for excitement, and that excitement can turn into the wrong decision.
Now I want something practical. In this section, we won't go too deep, because we'll open each topic in separate videos. But let's show viewers the order they should move in.
Step 1 is clarity. Saying, I want to be rich isn't enough. Ask yourself, how much money do I want, by when, and what problem will I solve in return? Because if the goal isn't clear, there's no route. Then comes skill, because income growth often follows skill growth. A better skill means more valuable work.
I'll add structure to that. Even before income increases, you must learn to manage your money, because without money management, even if income rises, the result may not change. And the time factor. People want results in 30 days, but real progress becomes obvious in 6 months, 1 year, 3 years.
I'll add the scaling side. If someone's income comes only from selling time, it has a limit. But if the work becomes a product or turns into a system, it can grow. Your effort works once, but a system works again and again. Wealth comes from that difference.
One last question. Is wealth mostly luck or discipline?
Luck matters, but discipline creates the preparation to catch luck.
Historically, there are moments of luck, but the people who capitalize on it are usually the ones who are ready.
Luck is an excuse. If you're not ready, luck comes and goes. If you are ready, luck grows.
Nice. Today, the shared conclusion from 3 AIs is this: wealth doesn't happen overnight. It happens through a system. This episode was the overall map. In the next videos, we'll open each part one by one and guide people on what they should actually do. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming.